This is Angela. I'm with Eli, one of the horses here at Care for Life Animal Sanctuary. We're going to work on today on our head down cue, just meaning if I ask him to put his head down, either by putting my hand on top of his head or near there, or by asking him with the halter with pressure, downward pressure, and I'd like that head to go down. So this guy actually occasionally can get his head so high and add his feet to it. So when he's in that really high moment, I'd like to be able to have some tools to help him come down from that. So a lot of times he came very head shy, so I'm just gonna work my way up to there with advance and retreat methods, and I'm gonna continue to ask with the halter, which for him, I could get the halter on, super simple, and then he's figured out that if he puts his head down, he gets left alone. So a lot of times he ends up staying there a pretty long time. But I'm still not super successful with the hand on top of the head or with being able to actually touch his ears, which ultimately is a problem. So I kind of use the same technique. You can see I'm just touching the ear and he's holding his breath. He's really not happy about this, but I'm just gonna wait until he relaxes. A lot of times horse training isn't about being powerful. It's about having enough patience to wait it out. And because he put his head down while I was touching his ears, I kind of said, oh, that's a good place to quit on that for a second. So I'm gonna take a little loop. Anytime that I'm doing a training session on a horse, I'm not gonna just work on one little thing and drill and drill and drill, because it can make a horse really irritated about it. But instead, I might come and ask him, take a little bit of a break, ask him to back up. And right now you'll notice I'm doing this from the right side, which is kind of a newer skill for him. He's a little bit better on the left, just like a lot of horses are. I'm gonna go back and do that same technique, kind of do some advance and retreat. Then when I do go for that ear, I'm gonna make sure that I just go for it. I'm not gonna when I get to touching it, ooh, good boy. And that's actually probably some of the best work that he's done. So I'm gonna just scratch that, and I'm gonna wait for him to put his head just a little lower, because he's actually pushing into my hand right now. And I'm just gonna wait. I'll do a little scratch. And I'm just gonna wait for him. And what you'll notice is he's also holding his breath. So there's a lot of signs that he's not actually relaxed. So I'm gonna wait. He's trying different methods to try and get me to stop, including now moving around. And oh, right there, I can quit. So that was a really nice little head down. And again, one of the greatest rewards we can give our horses is doing nothing. So I'm gonna ask one more time here. I'm just gonna come up. I'm gonna put my hand on top of his head and see what I can do. And I'll just wait for this to kind of come down. Do a lot of waiting. Oh, there, thank you, buddy. Good job. I think it's funny how many different faces, all the different faces of Eli. So now that I've done it on this side, on the right side, the next thing that I would do is kind of do all of these similar things on the left, but the first thing I'll do is kind of take a decompression walk.